Apparently, I am against Haaland and trying to be against Haaland just to be a bit edgy. Absolute nonsense. Absolute nonsense. What a result for Man City today. 4-0 against Southampton. I did predict this on my YouTube channel yesterday. I said, this scoreline is easy to predict. It'll be somewhere between 3 and 9-0 to Man City. So tick in the box. I think everyone knew it was going to be a big score. But I don't agree with this is the best Premier League side ever. I don't agree with the title race is over. I don't agree with Erling Haaland is the best striker we've ever seen in the Premier League, because I just think that is the sensationalist nonsense that does no service to the history of this great league. And what I mean by that is that Erling Haaland, if anybody thought Erling Haaland was going to flop, by the way, what are you on? Like, it was very, very obvious that when you bring a striker that can do everything, is powerful, is quick, can score with both feet, outside and in, and head, and physical, of course he's going to be a success in that Manchester City side. I genuinely think you could put Shea Adams up front from Southampton and he'd score goals. That's how good that team is. But that takes nothing away from Erling Haaland. And I mean, it took him, an hour to score today? So they're not totally reliant on that. Cancelo was fantastic. You've got De Bruyne, Bernardo Silva, Phil Foden. I'm sure we'll be talking about him. They're fantastic, but I completely disagree that the league is over. I did predict Man City would win the league, but I completely disagree the league is over. If Arsenal win tomorrow, they're still top. Is it a surprise that Man United bottled it last week? I'm a United fan. No, we're more than capable of that. Is it surprising that they beat Southampton today 4-0? No. They've dropped points at Villa. They've dropped points to Newcastle. It's very early on. Man City are the favourites, but I think there is this craving sometimes to profess that we are seeing the best football we've ever seen and this is the best striker we've ever seen. Sergio Aguero scored around 180 goals in 270 games for Manchester City. That's a lot of goals. And considering in his last 6 seasons at Manchester City, he was averaging 30 Premier League games. So he was missing 8 games a season. So Aguero scored a lot of goals. Now, Haaland is faster, stronger, and more suitable for this league and more productive. So Erling Haaland is going to score more goals than Aguero. But you tell me, Alan Shearer, Thierry Henry, Wayne Rooney, those strikers wouldn't score loads of goals in that Manchester City side. We are blessed to have Erling Haaland in this league, and I'm very, very, very excited that he's here. Even as a Man United fan, he is in the Premier League, and we should be very proud of that because he's definitely the best striker in the world at the moment. But it's early days. I mean, twists and turns are what make football so fantastic. It's early days. I'm not going to start saying we've got the best striker that's ever played in the Premier League after 2 months. Alan Shearer did it for Newcastle. Thierry Henry was unbelievable. Like, this is early days for Erling Haaland, and people are writing it off already. The league's over. He's the best player that's ever been. Let's break up early. Southgate could do a month. He could do with a month before the World Cup. Let's stop now then. Of course it's not over. Of course Man City aren't definitely going to win the league. Of course Erling Haaland's not going to score 100 goals. They're playing very, very well. They deserve the plaudits. And it was inevitable that he was going to be very successful. And I think today in that Southampton game, what you saw is a Southampton team that was so preoccupied by Haaland that the other Man City players, and this will happen, benefit from the space of that, and then goal 4, they've sort of given up on Haaland and he scores. Harry Kane's a very good striker, Matt, but he scored a lot of goals in the Premier League. I mean, the funny thing is, Erling Haaland won't be the best ever goal scorer in the Premier League because he won't stay here for longer than 3 years. We all know he's going to go, don't we, in 3 years' time. But while we've got him, what a player. We've got Jackie, who is a Manchester City fan, calling in. Jackie, thoughts on you today? Is the title over already?
No, the title's not over. Definitely not, Mark. But I don't agree with some of the things you're coming out with, to be honest, about Haaland. You're going about Aguero. Aguero, was absolutely superb for City. He did get 184 goals in so many games, but also he did have a lot of injuries. Now, Erling Haaland is a totally different player to Sergio Aguero. He can score from anywhere. He doesn't get the touches, obviously like Aguero got. The difference with Haaland, he can come in from anywhere, from the right, from the left, from the centre, with his head, with his foot. He can even do karate kicks, as we saw the other week in the Champions League game against Dortmund. I'm not saying we've won the league. I've never, ever said, come on national radio and said we've won the league. We've got a very, very good chance to win the league. And I also think we've got a very, very good chance to win the Premier League. The Champions League. Now, you're going on about the teams we played. You got a good tonking last week, and you know you did, Mark. You know we absolutely battered you off the field. Yeah. Now, the thing is, it doesn't matter who you're playing, you can only beat what's put in front of you. Now, City are unbeaten all season, and I agree we've got some difficult games coming up. The big test will be at Anfield next week. We always seem to bottle it at Liverpool. I think the City players are very fragile when they go to Anfield. Whether it's a crowd, I just don't know. But I'm really, really confident this season that we can actually go to Liverpool and get the 3 points, because they've not really been on form this season, have they? And like Cundy was saying the other night, Van Dijk's not the Van Dijk of old. And if Haaland can get, through this game and get a goal next week or a couple of goals, I'll be absolutely delighted. The thing is, he's not going to get 100 goals. I've had a bet with one of my friends that he's going to get between 40 and 50 in all competitions. Now, come on, we've had 13 games, and he's already on 20 goals. So what does that tell you, mate? What does that tell you?
No, I agree with you, Jackie. I think he will score quite a lot of goals. Thanks for calling in, Jackie. I'll come back on that, actually, because I don't know whether Jackie heard everything I said. I'm not saying Haaland's not a good striker. I'm just saying that it winds me up a little bit. Obviously, I'm a United fan, so it's going to wind me up a lot, but it winds me up a little bit that we're writing Arsenal off. We're saying that Man City are going to win the league. They're going to be unbeaten, that Erling Haaland's the best ever striker we've seen in the Premier League. And I just think it's massively disrespectful to the Alan Shearers, the Thierry Henrys, the Wayne Rooneys, even the Drogbas and the Luis Suarez's and the people like that. As much as it pains me to mention Luis Suarez, you put any of those players I've just mentioned up front for Man City, they'll score a lot of goals. Now, Erling Haaland is unbelievable, but I believe you've got to earn it. And look, like Jackie said there, he might score between 40 and 50 goals. And if he does, that'll be the best striker we've ever had in the Premier League. But we're not there yet. There's a long way to go yet. And I'll tell you for free as well, I don't think people are understanding what I'm saying here. I would love Erling Haaland at Manchester United. Everybody would love Erling Haaland at their club as well. He's a fantastic player. I'm just saying, I'm not a big fan of, in October, writing the season off. And it's good to see that Jackie wasn't doing that, or saying that Erling Haaland's the best striker we've ever seen, which is all I'm seeing on social media. I'll tell you this for free. Don't disrespect Pep Guardiola in that Man City side. I'm telling you this for free. You put Erling Haaland up front for Manchester United, he wouldn't have half the goals he scored at Man City, because we don't create those chances in the box. How many goals is he scoring in and around the 6-yard box? We don't do that at United. So he's a brilliant striker, but let's not forget, he's at the perfect place. This is absolutely perfection. The way they built his career, it's perfection. From Mulder to Salzburg to Dortmund to Manchester City, he cannot fail at Manchester City. And I think it's been a brilliant move for him and his team. And the chances he's getting, it's absolutely perfect. Dino says, Erling is a sick goal scorer. However, if you replace someone like Kane at Tottenham with him, I think a team like that would possibly be worse off. Perfect for City, not for lesser teams without service. He's a goal scorer. He's the best goal scorer in the world, but the service is absolutely fantastic.